If you're tired of buying high-yield dividend stocks only to see them cut their dividend over and over again, you might want to stick around. Today, we're going to look at a REIT stock that not only has a dividend yield of over 8%, but has increased its dividend every single year since 2012, and its share price by over 400% in the last 10 years. If you think it sounds too good to be true, this is one of those rare cases where I can assure you it's not. We're talking Arbor Realty Trust and high dividend yields in today's edition of Constant Cash Flow. I want to take a second and give a really quick shout out to two recent subscribers, Ben Rivera and Rylan Thompson. Thanks for watching and subscribing, guys. You are awesome. Now, on to our REIT focus today and a stock that's absolutely crushed the S&P 500 over the last 10 years. Arbor Realty has been around since 2004, and it's a nationwide real estate investment trust and direct lender, providing loan origination and servicing for multifamily, single-family rental portfolios, and other diverse commercial real estate assets. Headquartered in Uniondale, New York, Arbor manages a multi-billion-dollar servicing portfolio, specializing in government-sponsored enterprise products. The company is a leading Fannie Mae lender and Freddie Mac seller servicer, as well as a top 10 provider of FHA loans. Arbor's product platform also includes CMBS, bridge, mezzanine, and preferred equity loans. It's an internally managed REIT with a versatile multifamily-centric operating platform and a unique business model consisting of three primary business platforms: balance sheet loan origination, GSE agency loan origination, and servicing. In the third quarter of 2021, Arbor had a segment income of $33.1 million, along with loan originations of $1.8 billion and a servicing portfolio of over $26 billion. ABR prides itself on conducting business as not just another mortgage REIT, but as a firm that builds long-term client partnerships with a results-oriented approach that produces innovative and efficient financial solutions. And it's shown this strategy to be quite effective at returning profits for the company and its shareholders. Let's take a look at just how effective. Arbor Realty is currently trading at $18.01 and has a forward dividend yield of 8.27%. Recently, I made a video on the top high-yield REITs, and one common theme for those investments was that although they did provide a high yield, there was too much volatility in both the dividend payments and the stock price over time. ABR is a welcome change from that performance as a whole. If we look at the stock price performance of ABR, it's increased 22.85% year to date, 142% over the last 5 years, and 412% over the last 10 years. To put that in perspective, the S&P 500 has returned 273% to its investors over the same 10-year time period based on share price alone. The only real major dip in stock price came during the start of the pandemic in early 2020. But unlike previously discussed REITs, ABR recovered by the end of the year and not only maintained its dividend payments, but actually continued to increase them. If you want to see my video on the highest dividend yielding REITs available now, check out the link in the description below when you finish watching this one. Now, when you couple the impressive gains of ABR with a dividend yield of over 8% versus the S&P 500's yield of 1.2%, you can see why we're talking about this stock right now. ABR's provided massive overall returns year after year. Arbor has a staggering 5-year dividend growth rate of 17.35%, enough to make any long-term dividend investor's mouth water. And as I stated before, they've raised their dividend for 9 consecutive years, earning them the title of Dividend Challenger. If they continue this path, and I have every reason to believe that they will, they'll become a dividend contender in 2022. Their last dividend was announced on October 29th of this year with a payout date of November 30th. This REIT pays a quarterly dividend in the amount of 36 cents based on this last announcement. They have a payout ratio against free cash flow of 69%, which is excellent for a mortgage REIT. Another metric that's extremely important to look at with mortgage REITs is net interest income. Net interest income, or NII, shows the difference between the cost of the loans that they've originated and the money they make off those loan originations and the servicing. We want to make sure that the net interest income is sufficient to pay the dividend now and in the future. You can check this by going to Morningstar's website and looking at their income statement under the financial section. When we do that, we can see that for Arbor, their net interest income is $223 million over the last 12 months and has increased significantly every year, which is definitely a promising sign. You can then go to the cash flow section of their financials to review the total dividends paid. They paid dividends in the amount of $20 million over the same 12-month time period. So as you can see with ABR, their net interest income is more than sufficient to maintain payments now and in the future. History shows that ABR has been consistently increasing its dividend over time, and it shows no signs of slowing down. As far as share price goes, I see more of the same. Analysts have a consensus average price target of $21.63, giving us a potential 20% upside for this stock. In addition to having a diversified business, ABR also has a tailwind from Freddie and Fannie not growing their lending portfolios to match multifamily real estate growth. ABR's management estimates that this leaves a $400 billion market opportunity, which they're capitalizing on in their agency private label business. If you'd made a one-time investment in ABR 10 years ago of $10,000, you would have $117,547 today, compared with only $46,175 had you invested in the S&P 500. Arbor completely crushed the S&P 500 during this time period, not only due to its growth, but also its massive dividend payout. This is yet another reason to find a good dividend growth stock and reinvest your dividends. I expect to see Arbor continue to increase its dividend in the 10 to 15% range each year, and the stock price appreciate along with its dividend, which is a rarity for such a high-yield stock. The more I look at this company and its financials, the more I feel confirmed in my decision to buy some time ago and to continue to invest in Arbor Realty moving forward. If net income interest drops in the future, of course I would reevaluate my potential ongoing investments, but I feel really good about where they are financially now and how they're set up for the future. If this looks like something that makes your spider sense tingle, I would encourage you to dig a little deeper to see if it's a good fit for your goals and investing strategy. Let me know in the comments if there are any stocks or types of stocks you'd like to see a future video on. On the right, you can find a few more videos, including one on the top 5 highest yielding REITs available today. Thanks, and see you next time.